So there we have it. Excuse me. One Valentino rice, one hello. Hey everyone, it's Tony for eModels.co.uk. Welcome to the finale of the Rossi build, at long last. Apologies for the delays in the video making and sanding up and things like that. Well, she's just there. Quick tease. I've got him split apart at the moment. Photography work and things like that. Pictures, that's the word. Yeah, I work for a hospital. I think I mentioned it a few times in the videos, but it's been really busy recently at work. Lots of boy people coming in. I don't know where we're finding them all. Personally, my opinion that the zombie plague is happening, and no, apparently that's not true. I keep getting told off for bringing that up in work. Apparently no zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I was looking forward to that as well. Killing zombies. I'd be great at that. Anyway, enough twaddle. Right, if you haven't done so already, go and get your coffee and your snacks and your things like that, and get ready because we're gonna do the final bits and the conspicuous by his naughty absence. There you go. You stay there. Right. Let's bring Mr. Rossi back in. Remove the cocking tail section from there. Got a blob of white tack stuck in his shoulder. I can't get it back out. I've tried, but it won't happen. I'll whack you about there. Yes, very happy with that. I'm still in the process of deciding whether or not to add a couple of pins in there just to stop his body rocking all over the place, but I'm actually leaning towards leaving that. For the simple reason, if I decide to pack him up and move him somewhere else on the bike, yeah, having him separate is easier to move around and things like that. Okay, so gloss varnish is on, he's all sealed in, he's ready, he's done. I've just got to whack him onto the seat, like so, line his feet up with the pegs. Take his right hand, bob him on there, his left hand on there, and then connect the hand back to body, like so, lean him over, like so, whacking the head, like so. I've got a blob of white tack in the back, just to hold him firm. Oh, silly little cheeks like this. Ted came up with the brilliant idea of using a backdrop, which is something I've done before with the Scout Trooper build I did for my own channel. And just slide it back in. I've actually tidied up a little bit, Ted. Ted and I, yesterday afternoon, whilst I was filming the rest of the finger decals, we were having a little chat, and I sent him a video of my setup, and he told me off. Oh, there we go, there's a backdrop, yep. That's the kind of thing I used to do for a living as well. In old days. Oh! Well, I say make a living out, try to make a living out of it, and nobody would buy them. It's rubbish. So that was a practice one that I did that I never finished because somebody ran me up, disturbed me, and it dried before I could get back to it. So if I take my little wheelie gig, I'll stick a couple of boxes underneath to try and lift him up a little bit. You'll do. To bring him into shot. There he is, he's there somewhere. Honest. So yeah, Ted wasn't impressed at all with the state of my work area, which is a little bit messy and untidy to say the least. So with my Super Swish gimbal, yeah, Ted came up with the idea of using a backdrop, and as I've used this one in a previous video, not for this channel, for my own. And I'm continuing to waffle so I can set myself up and then hide it all up. Oofy voila! Superb. So he looks like he's ready to chuck himself into a corner now. Oh, lovely. Superb. Now, I do have a slight confession to make. They give you that little rubber thing that goes here for supporting this knee. I put it somewhere safe and I can't find it. I don't know for a fact that Ted's going to jump all over. I'm not surprised with the state of your work area. Never mind. These things are sent to try us. I'll bring the big screws back in with the screwdriver. Put this back down. Excuse me. Sort of dislocate the right wrist again. Front body. There. Like so. And then we take these little chocky things. So I've still got the chocks. So I can't find the little polycap. It's not polycap at all, is it? That back round. Okay, that's fiddly as hell. I don't remember it being this fiddly the first time round. Hold on. Right. So that's that. Now come along, behave. We're on national TV now. I do not need your help making myself look silly. I'm quite capable of doing that all by myself. I'm saying that a lot through this build. More than capable of making myself look silly. Here we go. Right, so that's that. I'm going to have to see now if I can fashion some kind of knee chocking thing. Oh. From, I don't know, possibly styrene rod, something like that. There's a part of me debating gluing these little plastic spacers just to prevent this kind of fiddle should I decide to display him upright again. It doesn't help, I've got the world's crappy screwdriver. Let's see if I've got anything more suitable. Oh, I tell you what, we definitely need 9 pairs of hands for that. Right. You can probably see now, that's why we need that knee chock. Just take care of that bounce and support him a little bit. He's a bit slidey. So if I whack his left hand on there and his right hand on there, like so. And then try and get his butt lined up. Yep. I have a feeling I might need to pin him just to hold him in place. Okay. So get lined up there, like so. Yep, we need to pin him. And ready. Not a problem. I'll tell you what, that doesn't half look odd. That really does look odd. He looks like he's cut far too over. Help me out here, guys. He looks like he's cut over far too over. And that's not what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? Let's see if I can get you upright like that. I've actually found the, oh, there he goes, the little rubber piece that goes under his knee. But that's the kind of angle you're looking at. So he really is chucking it around the corner. Tell you what, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with this. Really am. Right, so let's bring you down a little bit. I've actually had to pin the top and bottom together because I don't want to glue him together. Let's see if we can get the wrist off. There we go. Get the wrist off. Slide that wrist off. Yeah. So rather than gluing the two chassis halves together, it's not a chassis at all, is it? It's a body. Silly bloke. Right, so remember all that styrene rod that we had in one of the previous clips when we were filling the body? I've literally, I don't even know what diameter that is, you know. It's all this stuff that I've got knocking about. So I've managed to grab hold of one piece here somewhere. Now, I do know the drill bit we used earlier on, if I can find the instructions, yeah, let's get rid of all that crinkle. The drill bit I used early on in the build, instructions are here somewhere, honestly. Oh, they were in that box. Where have you gone? There we go, found them. So the 2mm drill bit that we used to make these holes for the standing up screws to go through is the same drill bit that I used in that. I've not actually changed that that drill bit out. So we've basically just gone just behind where this little slit is for that locating tab, because that on its own doesn't stop him sliding about. So we just needed a little bit of something stronger. That didn't make any sense either. What was in that vodka? So I just drilled another hole here. So it's literally a case of sticking it through. So like I said, I don't want to glue him, just in case we have to transport him off somewhere and the glue doesn't quite hold or anything like that. So that's what he looks like. And then when we stick him on the bike, we stick him on the bike as one unit. Stick the left hand on. Do that again, in short this time. So we slide him over, left hand onto the grip, get him located on the pegs and things like that. Bob the right hand on, and there we go. Roughly in position, a little bit of tweaking here and there. And then if I just slide the buffer pad underneath, like so, there we go. Job done. Right, happy with that. I'll tell you what, I'll be honest, this kit has given us quite a few headaches with all that seam, the seamage that we had to fill and sort out, and all the gaps that we had to fill in, and things like that. Oh, hang on, he's not quite sat on properly. Get located on the pegs. There we go. Get your hand in. Oh, the buffer slipped out again from underneath. I'll sort that out in a second off camera. But yeah, considering the amount of work we had to put into this, it's definitely worth it. It's a little bit more work than I would have liked, considering it's a Tamiya kit, but once you've got it done and you put the effort in, look at that. That's what you can knock out. Absolutely fantastic. So hopefully that's going to help you out with the build if you do follow this build. I know a couple of you have been in touch with me and said it's not exclusive to this kit, they've had a few problems themselves, but I've had other guys getting in touch with me saying their kit's been fine. So I genuinely think it's a batch thing. So I don't know whether that's just, I don't know, but hopefully if you do get a bad kit like I ended up with, this should help you out with how to correct it all. Like I say, once you put the work in, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really happy with this, and I really genuinely cringe when I say things like this. This is definitely up there with the best work I've done, definitely. That helmet, I'm chuffed to bits with that helmet, and this, I'm so glad that worked. So you get to see his mush. I said, I've seen this in photographs online. Oh, there goes the buffer again. But I'm chuffed to bits with that helmet, I genuinely am. What you do have to watch for is just here on the cheek. If you do split the helmet, just keep an eye on that, because it is quite a tight fitting there. But we've now got the option of displaying him with the lid off, the front lid off, the front face off, taking his mush off, things like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Right, so I'm going to go away because it's quite fuming in here. I'm actually using glues on another kit, using this stuff, and if you have that stuff out for a while, it does get a bit fumy. I've not had any windows open, which is very, very silly of me, so I'm getting a little bit drunk, so I'm going to walk away, sort myself out, and then we'll come back, do some photos, and do all the arty-farty stuff and things like that. Yay! Filter could do with the cleaning again. Okey-dokey. So we're going to matte varnish. I know it's a gloss varnish again then. Matte varnish the figure halves, like so. We're not going to matte varnish the helmet. I want that to stay shiny, but we just want to knock off all that glare that we've got now, so we can see the decals properly without all that shine. So just very, very quickly with Vallejo Premium Vallejo Premium satin varnish. It's more like a matte than a satin. Quick squirt into the airbrush. It is a polyurethane base, so it is a resin. And it does take a couple of days to dry properly. It's touch dry within an hour or so, but yeah, do allow it at least 2 days before you do anything else with this now. No, polystyrene floating about in there. Get out, 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 get out. Thank you. No, get out. Alright. So again, a couple of light coats. Just build it up nice and slowly. I'm going to get these straps around him next. It's just hitting the back of there and bouncing back at me. Should be able to see now that's calmed right down. That's just one coat. So there's still a couple of shiny spots here and there, but at the moment I can't tell if that's wet varnish or whether it's still the gloss showing through, so we'll leave that to dry off for at least an hour, then we'll come back, give it a second coat. So having left that dry now for an hour, we can now see that all the shiny spots have gone. And we've matted that down beautifully. You'll still see the odd shine, that's off the decal itself. And if we need to, we can actually do a third coat if we really needed to, but I'm happy with where that is now. We still need a little bit of satin to the model, because it is leather after all. But I am absolutely chuffed to bits with where that is now. Absolutely chuffed to bits. So I'll just bring in the lower half as well, just to show you that. Now it's dried enough for me to handle it. What it's also done, I honestly don't think the camera's doing this any justice, because the little screen I'm looking at is glaring like mad. But that yellow, that god awful snotty yellow, has now toned down a tiny little bit because it's matted. And I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with where that is. And if we have a look at that like there, that yellow off the decal and the yellow we've used, it isn't that far away from each other. So I'm very happy indeed with that. So we'll stick that back onto the bike in a minute. I'm actually going to stand the bike up again. Oops. Oh my word. So I spent the first part of this process, this build, what we're doing now, this project. Spent the first part of it struggling with tonsillitis. I'm now doing the finishing wrap up thing, and I went to bed last night, felt okay, got up this morning, no voice at all, tonsillitis was back. Oh, very bloody wonderful. So I now have to go back, see the consultant and say, right, got a problem here, chief, my tonsils have fallen off again, fix me. Hold on, why is that not working? Oh, and I got the sniffles as well. Yeah, felt fine last night when I went to bed. It's what, it's 7 in the evening now, ish. It got to about 11:30 this morning in work, and I was just sat there and went, do you know what, I just want to go home. But the boss said no. Be brave, you can do it. It's only a couple more hours. I've lost the chuck for his knee again. I had that right there. There he is. It's alright, I found it. It's because I coloured the top in I don't know, a random dark grey colour. I can't remember which one now. I've had Lemsip since. Other coldy, headachy type things are available. What I'm noticing is, when I put that chock underneath, he's actually shifting his knee far too across. Far too over, even. It's kicking him off. That peg there. I'm doing something wrong, I must be. I need to get that sorted out before we finish it. Come on. Maybe so. You see? The second I put that chock underneath, it spits him off. Very bizarre. Right. Yep, that got him. Haha! If I show you underneath, the lighting, that actually went nowhere near where it's supposed to go. If you work that out, it's literally right near to that knee pad. It's going to fall off, isn't he? It's going to fall off. But I like how that blends in with the shadows. So yeah, a little bit more tweaking, I think. Oh well, keep sticking. So there we have it. One Valentino Rossi high-speed riding set by Tamiya in 1/12 scale. Done. Right. So overall impressions of that kit. The one I had was an absolute dog, as you've seen through the videos. Oh, you know, rocking. That's going to fall off. Oh dear, there we go. Right, try that. Yeah, that's a bit more stable. Yeah, so just switch that off. It's catching for some reason. I think the battery's dying. Anyway, the kit I had was an absolute dog to put together, as you've seen through the videos, but you know, a bit of graft, a bit of patience, a bit of hard work, you can turn out an absolute stunner. You really can. I've dropped his blooming helmet again. Come here, you. Right, there we go. Pop his face back on. It's an absolute belter. It's definitely worth putting the effort in. It will absolutely pay dividends once you've done it. I like this kit. I need more now. I need more riders. I don't just want Rossi, I want all the bikes. I want the whole grid now. I want everything, all of them. Honestly, I do. That's how impressed I am with that kit. So, we'll call it a take there. We'll wrap it up and I'll do all the editing and stuff like that. Thank you to all of you who have watched these videos and have got in touch with me and said what, like that and all that kind of stuff. It's been absolutely amazing to meet you all. I would especially like to thank Terry for his valuable input. Terry's a biker in real life and knows a hell of a lot about bikes, and he's a mechanic and stuff like that. He's been building these things for a few years, and his insight into these kits has been absolutely invaluable, especially in the early stages when I said, yeah, I'll get this done in 3 videos. And he went, no you won't. I'll tell you what, I wish I'd have listened. I really do. Terry, thank you so much for your help on this one, mate. I'd like to thank all the guys at eModels.co.uk. Do my job. eModels.co.uk for taking a gamble on me and saying, yeah, go on, build that then. I would also like to thank them for taking me on for the next build. Cheers, guys. I'll be back with that very, very soon indeed. And obviously thank you guys for watching these things in the first place. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. And we love you all dearly from the bottom of our hearts. Give you a Ted wiggle. And I will see you very, very soon for the next build. Take care, guys. Oh, crying out loud.